Hello, welcome back to my channel. I just wanted to get on here. It's been a long day of church. I went to a church in Stockton and then a church in Modesto where my dad is one of the pastors of, and then I finally made it home and ate some food and watched a show with my mom. Sorry, the lighting is weird today. I don't know why. But yeah, the today's title of this video is Living a Double Life. And it is kind of an interesting topic and a lot to unpack, but like basically I feel like I live a double life with like the part of my life that is church and belief system and all of that, and then the part of my life that is mental health and going to the doctor and getting medication and possibly, if I relapse, going to a psych ward again. And I just wanted to explain some things of like why that feels like a double life is because there have been, and this is not everybody and it's not every church, but there have been multiple times where mental health is preached down on, whether it be depression or not understanding that like it's a possibility for many different types of people, including myself, to have like hallucinations, illusions, paranoia, anxiety, depression. And I'm just in the pew just thinking, well, that has been a part of my life and that has been my experience at points, and feeling like I need to hide that part of my life to be accepted in that particular church or that particular person, circle or religion. And sometimes I feel like an outcast, but only in my own mind, because it's not like I share my mental struggles with every member of the church, or am able to get up there and share my story from beginning to end to everyone there, so sometimes it's like an inward thing where I just like feel out of place and or just like not accepted because of the things that are said in some churches, and then I kind of have to grin and bear it, and then I'll have like times where I'm not feeling well and I don't think I should go to church because obviously like not everyone accepts it, and so if I act a little different or feel a little different or see a little differently than everyone else, then I could possibly be pushed out of that religion, which has happened. I was a part of like a fundamental Baptist church, and I was having severe hallucinations to the point where I would not sleep for days, and was seeing things and seeing like different people's faces. And when you don't sleep in general, like even a regular person, I don't hear voices, even like a regular person, if you did the experiment of, I'm not on drugs, if you did the experiment of like not sleeping for days, you could possibly hallucinate. So that in particular like could be an everyone thing, but for me it was like even more severe because I do have the gene of mental illness, and I do have the trauma behind it and the different experiences that led to the stress of it. So so I was like, yeah, I was like pretty bad off, and I was going to this fundamental Baptist church, and basically every time I would show up, I would do something weird each time. Or like one time I even threw my wallet at the pastor, but it didn't hit him, it hit the wall behind him. And then he goes, "We need to get this back to her." And like the preaching started to be like pointed at me, either in my mind, or it was really being pointed at me, or like I was self-conscious about things. And that was really hard on my mind. And yeah, it was kind of like a mutual thing. Once things started getting worse, is like I couldn't be there, I wasn't feeling comfortable there, and also they didn't want me there. So like if I want to like maintain my double life, I kind of just have to not show up when I'm feeling sick. And I've had a lot of depression, and so like the church that my parents go to are in that same group of people where that one church kind of kicked me out, and then there was another church in Fremont where I felt that same like double life feeling, is like was preached about, like depression and all that, and not believing that hallucinations could happen to anyone, and or people like me or whatever. And so my dad's church is affiliated with like the Bible college that's in the Bay Area, that those people from the church in Stockton, the Fundamental Baptist Church in Stockton, their children went to that Bible college, and then my dad's church children went to that Bible college, and it's all kind of like in the same realm. And then the church in Fremont, so all those people know each other. So like when I go to the church that my parents go to, I'm putting on my best face, my best mask, to like be like a good influence or example, or not embarrass my parents. And so I'm like living a double life that way. Is like I think not showing up is better than showing up and doing something embarrassing or stupid. And yeah, and then the new church that I've completely just started to explore is a little different. It's a little less intense, I would say. Less intense in like going to hell, or different things like that. And I'm finding more comfort, I think, and being able to let my guard down and show exactly what is going on. In other places I didn't feel that as comfortable. But yeah, like my past is mental illness and trying to maintain a church life or a belief system on the at the same time sometimes has its challenges, because not everyone will accept your challenges, mental challenges, and not everyone can even handle your um what's going on with you. And like, I can barely handle it. So that's another thing, is like, sometimes it is good to be um out of the limelight and just take a rest like any other sick person would do. Like, if you break your leg, you're not going to go to church you're not expected to go to church every Sunday. You're expected to like heal and then come back when you can, you know. So yeah, that's how I'm living a double life. Is like, I've had stays in the hospital where like, not everyone, but some people don't believe in going to the hospital when you need help, which is kind of ridiculous. But that's like the whole trying to hide what's going on, is like, you don't even believe in it, you don't even think it's real, so why would I show you that and just get like rebuked, or whatever the word is. We all stumble through life, but also like, some people have it really bad off. Like, think about a homeless person talking to themselves, hallucinating. That was me. Like, there's seen complete different dimensions, and people saying completely crazy things, and like, it's it's more than just everyone has their stumbles. It was serious, and it took a long time, multiple times, to like heal from. My brain was literally broken, and still is partially. And in one hand I have church and all the people that love me and they want good things for me, but then there's another part where it's like, you're gonna die, everyone wants to kill you, and like, in this hallucination we're all gonna surround you and shoot you. Like, it's like a double life, two different crazy, like, polar opposites. And then when you go to, if you take this and you go to church with it, it's like, you start seeing things, you start hearing people say different things, preaching sounds different, and then also on top of that, it's not believed. So it's like, you have to kind of keep them separate. I'm not overthinking, it's true. Like, I do need to handle them separately, because, you know, a church isn't a mental hospital, and a mental hospital isn't a church. They're two completely different aspects of my life. I am medicated. And I think having a man, your comment, you need a man, I think that was the problem to begin with. Yes, I took the medicine. I have a double chin. True. Play some video games. I don't really like video games. How long have you been disabled? I love love, love this question because not everyone believes that it's a disability. They think it's fake, not real. You can just get over it. You can just be okay. You can just like not see that hallucination or hear that voice or whatever feelings you have, paranoia, like anxiety, depression, like it's a disability. And I've been disabled since I was 22, and before that, I don't really know because like I would have anxiety and depression, but never was diagnosed. So I was 22 when I had my first psychotic break, and then I'm now 32. I've had 5 different occasions of going to the hospital and then getting sick, going hospital and recovering. So more than just 5, it's like a whole process 5 times. And yeah, and I also, might have autism is my guess, but I'm still waiting to be diagnosed. So yes, it's a disability. Depression feels the worst for me. I went 4 times. I'm sorry. Everybody has anxiety and depression. The real problem was hallucinations, paranoia, delusions, all of that on top of depression and anxiety. I probably will never get married. I might not even be able to handle that. So I don't know. Yes, mental disability. I don't have a sister who's a YouTuber. I scare you, I'm sorry. So sorry to hear that. I hope things get better for you. Thank you. Yeah, right now I am mostly dealing with depression and anxiety, and I have a doctor's appointment to hopefully get assessed for autism. I live with my parents. Yes, close to schizophrenia. I call it schizoaffective disorder. I'm sorry you're going through this. You're a valuable, vulnerable state and need tools and resources to help you adjust and fill in the needs and you were lacking from a normal upbringing. We love you. Thank you. Thank you for the subscription. But yeah, that's all I wanted to say is like, I have somewhat of a double life. I still go to the doctor. I still receive medication. I still need to go to therapy. That's one part of my life. And then church is, helpful. I mean, I believe in God and Jesus and the Holy Spirit. And I believe that some kind of religion is helpful and that it will, the idea is hopefully it will bring you to heaven in the afterlife. And but I just feel like sometimes the whole like fundamental part of it, like fundamental Baptist part of it is like too conservative. You know how Donald Trump goes and they're letting mental patients out in insane asylums. Well, yes, they have to. It's the law. You can't just keep someone who's struggling with mental illness in a cage and never let them out. You have to, the law is to rehabilitate mental illness patients and give them the resources, medication, therapy, outpatient care, doctor's appointments. That's how this life now in the United States works. I think he's somehow still way back in the 50s or something, because the way that he's talking. So yeah, the whole fundamental Baptist is sometimes just not the right fit for someone like me, I think. And I felt this with, a church in the Bay Area. I felt this with a church in Stockton. I felt this with, Southern California independent Baptist churches even. And they're following a rigid plan of conservative beliefs. And I don't fall in under that at all with my mental illness. So yeah, lately I've been trying to move on, trying to explore, trying to find what is true, what is the right way, what religion that is the most aligned with what will happen, what has happened, where you are before you're born, where you will be after you're born. I'm trying to figure that out. But I do have a church life, and church life and mental life, and they're still pretty separate, and hopefully one day they can meet in the middle, mesh, because even though you're well right now, in my case, I'm taking medication, I'm doing things that will keep me well, but there's no guarantee that the medication will always, forever, until the day I die, work. And there's no guarantee that I won't try to get off of it like I've tried to do so many times before, and that I will need the help of a hospital. So there's always that. And hopefully, like I said, the church and the mental hospital will meet somewhere in the middle. They can help the people that need help and understanding, and hopefully there will be more compassion, more cohesive kinds of teaching about it, and not that they need to start prescribing medication at church. That's kind of crazy, but just the whole understanding it. My parents went through it with me, so they understand it, and they're in a church, and they're preaching what they believe is the right thing and everything like that. But they're not gonna say, oh, just get rid of your depression. Oh, that's fake. You don't need medication, because they know I take medication and that I need it, and that it alleviates the symptoms that I've had that were so harsh on even my own family. And so, like, hopefully in the future, as time goes by, like, more people will be able to come forward and be like, this is my struggle, um and even like maybe I'm doing the wrong thing by hiding it, and I should just tell them like, hey, like, I'm struggling, and the words that you say matter, and they make me feel like I have two different lives. But yeah. But yeah, I'm just like kind of a shy person and just internalize a lot and don't say what I'm thinking, don't have the ability to say it as fast as I'm thinking it. But yeah, it's a work in progress for me too. But yeah, we're gonna go, Calvin, we're gonna go. You have a good night too. I'll talk to you all in the next live stream.